All right, so let's take a look at number 4. We've got this square pyramid. Base edges are all 10. VAO is 63 degrees. So there's the 63 at VAO. And then this blue triangle is coming out of the ground here, that square ground base. So that's a right angle. What else? Oh, and then that's it. That's all we know. So then this is just kind of an extra diagram down there. But remember, since all the sides are 10, the idea is that this thing's cut right down the middle of that face. So those are right angles. And then that, since this thing would be isosceles, it's 5 and 5 there. All right, so I don't know. Let's start working this out. Find the height of the pyramid. All right, well, the height is VO, right? So let's see. We could use the 63. If I knew how long this was, then I could use trig in order to get VO. So VO I'm going to call the height, H. This thing is what I want, OA, right? So you could try drawing in right there directly on that diagram. Or you can come up here and say, well, here's the base if I were to throw away the entire top of the pyramid and just look directly at that square. And so this is the thing that I want. So one of the ways we could get it is just come right over here and say, well, this is half a 10, so that's 5. This is half a 10, so that's 5. And then you could either do Pythag to get x, or you could do the 45, 45, 90 theorem, because this thing's an isosceles right triangle, and get 5 root 2 for x. We'll go ahead and do Pythag, because you know that'll work. And so we get 50 equals x squared, and then root 50 would be x, which you could turn into 5 root 2, because it's root 25 root 2. So 5 root 2 there. So then I'll replace this with 5 root 2. 5 root 2. Okay, so to get h is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side to the 63. So I'm going to do tangent of 63 is the opposite side over the adjacent side. If I multiply that 5 root 2 over, I will get the height of my pyramid. So let's see what 5 root 2 times tan 63 is. That doesn't make any sense. I know what it is. I'm in radian mode. So let's switch to degree. It doesn't make any sense. That's just way too tiny for the diagram, right? It should at least be reasonable for the diagram. So since I switched it to degree, I'll just hit enter again, and there's the answer in degree mode. So h is 13.87775. So down here, we'll round it to 3 places. H height is 13.87, and then the other 7 would round that next one up to an 8. Okay, so the next thing we need is volume. Volume of the pyramid, we learned is the formula for that is 1/3 area of the base times the height of the pyramid. Well, that's 1/3. Area of the base is a square, so it's 10 times 10, times the height, which we just got right here, 13.87775. So basically, I'm just going to take 1 divided by 3, multiply it by 100, 10 times 10, and then multiply that by the answer that I just got. And so we get 462.592 when you round. So the last question says, what's total area? Total area. Well, total area is going to be all the side walls, the 4 triangles going around the edges, plus the area of the bases, but in this case there's only one base, area of base. And we know that lateral area is, I don't know, that area is so big, let's just do it right here. Lateral area for a pyramid is 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height. So let's see, what do we need? The perimeter of the base is easy. That's 10 times 4. So that's going to be 1/2 40 times whatever the slant height is. And the slant height is this one going right down the middle of the face of the triangle. Right? Okay, so that's what we need. Let's see, what can we use to get it? This length right here, some students think that's 5 root 2 again, or root 50. But if you actually go up to the picture, notice this goes from O to the middle of AB. So let's come up here. There's O, and there's the middle of AB. That's 5, right? That goes just half of the 10 there. So this guy is 5. The height we already know, that's this, 13.878. Or that long version of it that we have. So I can do Pythag to get the slant height. So here we've got 5 squared plus 13.878 squared equals the slant height squared. Okay, so let's see, I've still got that 13.878, so let's just take that, square it, add it to 5 squared, and then we'll need to take the square root. So 14.751-ish is the slant height. So then I'm going to multiply that by half of 40, which is 20. So let's multiply that by 20. And we get 295.019999. So that's going to round up to 020. Okay, so that's the lateral area. That's this part. The area of the base, well, it's a 10 by 10 square. So that's just 10 times 10, which is 100. So the total area is going to be 295.020 plus the extra 100 on the bottom. So that's 395.020. Okay, I hope that helps a little.